Welcome to House of Bob presents Chariot of the Bobs, an alien RPG adventure written by Free League Press.
Hi, I'm Shubert. I'll be playing Leah Davis, the ship's thrill-seeking pilot.
I'm Cristina, and I'm playing Captain Miller.
I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Wilson, a shrewd Weyland-Yutani company agent.
I'm Shaun, and I'll be your GM, your game mother for this series. Last time on House of Bob presents Chariot of the Bobs. The crew of the Montero has joined up with the crew of the Cronus in order to repair the systems of the ship. They have to repair the air scrubbers. They have to repair the communications array. They have to repair the reactor. And not only that, but there's something hunting them. Wilson and Johns head into the ventilation shafts, trying to get the air scrubbers back up and running properly. Wilson discovers clusters of strange fungal nodes growing throughout the shaft, and pockets some of them. Captain Miller begins to pull apart a damaged piloting station, hoping to salvage enough components to repair the second console. And outside on the hull of the ship, a doped-up Davis leads Rye and Dr. Flynn on a spacewalk to the communications array, hoping that Flynn's experience with computers will get their radios back online. But things take a turn for the worse when Davis's hampered reaction times result in the Doctor being flung out into the vacuum of space.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Forgot about that.
That was like one of my favorite cliffhangers I've ever done.
It was a good one, yeah. It was so good that I blocked it out.
So traumatizing that I'll never listen to that episode ever again. So, Miller.
Yo, Captain to you, sir.
Yeah. You are sitting currently in the command center of the Cronus, plugging away at cords and soldering things together and attempting to get the piloting station operational again. You know that you won't really be able to fly anywhere until the reactor's going again, but at least having the station up will give you some navigational information. And once everything's working, you'll be able to fly us out of here. So in order to fix the piloting station, I do need a roll.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah. I believe you were trying to cannibalize Station 2's parts to reactivate Station 1.
Yes.
Which takes you a couple hours and a Comtech roll. You do get a +2 on this automatically because the parts in Station 2 are in pretty good condition.
Okay. Ooh, I got a 6 and no 1s.
All right.
I'm a master hacker.
So you're working on it for a couple hours, and after some time, you're able to get the screen booted up. You know, a little bit more work. You're able to get whatever other fried components just aren't working properly. You got them soldered back together with parts from Station 2. And before you know it, you have an operational pilot station.
Nice.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good about it. You're able to boot up that system. You're able to see that you are pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but you can start to chart your route home.
This sounds good. Can I run a system diagnostic first?
Sure.
It seems like a prudent thing.
What kind of information are you looking for?
I guess maybe I'm trying to see whoever previously was running everything, because I think we didn't know what happened to the captain previously, correct?
Right. You could feasibly discover which planet they were on before, I suppose, too.
Mm-hmm. And avoid it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will be another Comtech roll.
Okay. Ooh, 3 6s.
So with those additional 6s, you can have yourself some bonus successes here. For each success rolled beyond the first, you get a stunt. You can get a +1 modification to a later skill roll related to this one.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. You do it quickly in half the time it would normally take, or you get new or unexpected information. You can hide your tracks or you show off. Quite a few choices there.
I would love to get new information.
Okay.
Do I get a second one too?
You do. Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one, I think I want the not rolling again.
Okay. So in the future, if you're attempting to access the terminal to do something similar to accessing its history or charting a course, you don't have to roll again.
Yeah.
So keep note of that. The new or unexpected information you get is that as you are browsing through the history, you can see that there is a massive gap in the navigational charts. It looks as though someone has gone in and scrubbed data from the history of the machine, attempting to obscure the Cronus's track.
Who would do that?
Find a handle associated with this activity, and it is Ava 6.
She's the corpo, right?
No, that is
No?
Clayton.
Oh.
Is Ava 6 the AI for this ship?
Most of the ships are run on a mother, Muther.
So we haven't met this Ava 6 yet then.
Yeah, you haven't run into anyone with that name.
Interesting then. Okay.
At this point, the intercom on the wall begins to click. And then you hear, and it cuts out.
This is the internal one.
like the wall intercom.
Right. All right. Well, I rush over and try to see if I can communicate back.
Hello? Hello? Who's this?
There's no response.
There's probably not a way to trace like where on the ship that came from.
No, and you're pretty sure that on a system like this, if you were to intercom, you can either pick a specific room to comm to, or you can broadcast to the entire ship.
Okay. So I'll do a broadcast and just do a quick like roll call, basically, and see. I need people to, either tap back or actually say that they're still alive.
Okay.
How's everybody doing out there?
A few seconds pass, and the silence. You're thinking, okay, well, how much time does it take for someone to get over to the intercom to the wall? And then you hear, she's coming, and it cuts out. Miller, I want you to take a stress for the creepy intercom call.
Fair.
And then we go to the air scrubbers.
Okay.
And we have Wilson and Johns
Yeah.
working in the air scrubbers, attempting to clean decades of built-up CO2, carbon, and grime off of these filters. It is no easy task. I believe last time we had you roll your first heavy machinery roll.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to do me another one.
Ugh. No sixes. I did roll a 1, but it wasn't on my stress die. Is that still bad?
It's definitely not good.
No, it's only if it's on your stress die.
Okay. But I didn't roll any successes, so I have not succeeded.
All right. You are hanging off one of these ladders that climb the sides of the shaft, and you're reaching with a scrubby brush to attempt to, squeegee carbon off of this CO2 filter.
Mm-hmm.
Your ladder begins to shake underneath you.
Shit.
And you look down, and you see Johns staring up at you. His face is like kind of puffy and red, and he's shaking the ladder.
What the fuck?
This grimace grows on his face, and he just starts to as the ladder clangs and clangs, and it begins to shake more
Wilson
violently.
yells, "What the fuck, dude?"
I need you to roll me a stamina.
Okay. Oh, I didn't succeed, and I rolled a 1 on my stress die.
Oh yeah, roll panic.
Fuck. So 9?
So a 9 is drop item, whether by stress, confusion, or the realization that you're all going to die anyways. You drop a weapon or other important item. What do you have on you for weapons or important items?
I have a bolt gun, and I have my access key card.
Okay. Your bolt gun drops from your belt as you're shaking back and forth and
Okay.
clatters onto the gantry or onto the catwalk beside him. And he's still fixated on you. We're going to draw initiative here, but first we're going to cut to the exterior of the ship. Davis and Rye standing on the hull. You managed to clip yourselves back onto one of the support arms on the outside of the Cronus, and you see Dr. Flynn just slowly floating away, his arms waggling ineffectually as he drifts towards the stars.
All right. Well, Davis is just trying to calm herself down and calm Rye down so that they don't panic. That's okay. We didn't really know him that well, right? Let's just keep going.
You point up towards the dorsal side of the ship, and Rye gives you an affirmative hand gesture, and you begin to clamber up the rest of the way. Before long, you come to the comms array. It's basically a big series of satellite dishes and antenna that stick off the dorsal side of the ship. And you can see a computer terminal at its base, one of those secure, spark-free terminals that sits basically flat with the surface of the ship. You have to peel back a panel in order to get to the screen, and you have a little personal terminal maybe that you can plug in with some cords. In order to get this fully rebooted and operational, you're going to have to roll me a Comtech. And Rye can help. Let me see what Rye can do here.
Yeah, I was going to say, Davis is looking around at all this stuff, and she has no idea what to do here. She's a pilot, not a comms technician, so she's just looking at Rye like, please tell me you know how to fix this, because I do not.
What's your wits skill? Or wits number?
3.
Okay. So I'm going to let you use your wits and Rye's Comtech. You guys are going to be cooperating. But because you have no means of communicating right now, I'm going to give you a -2 to that roll.
Oh, brutal. All right, I got 1 success on my regular dice and 1 panic on my stress dice.
All right. Roll me your stress level.
7.
All right. Here's what happens. You are working fairly smoothly, and you're plugging stuff and typing in like some rudimentary code, and Rye stops you a couple times to like adjust things as she does some other work on another part of the computer. And you manage to get the system to reboot. And as it is clicking back on, you hear the familiar hum of an active radio. In fact, all of your suits go active and you're able to now communicate. But as that happens, you hear someone on the radio screaming in pain. This causes you, Davis, to freeze. This is the next level in your panic. You are frozen by fear or stress for 1 round, losing your next slow action. This is more appropriate for combat, but your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you goes up by 1. I'm going to have that be everybody.
All of us?
Yeah, because you're all hearing this.
And did I gain a stress from...
You would have gained a stress from dropping your item, and you also would have gained a stress from John's attacking you.
Get the fuck out of here. That's not
and
good.
Do you gain a stress from panicking, or
only if it says in the
Gotcha.
in the roll? So yeah.
Okay. So overall, I just gain 1 stress there.
Yeah.
Up to 4.
The freezing part of this is not necessarily important for you.
All right.
But let's go back to the action here. Wilson, John's is attacking you. He's attempting to shake you off this ladder. You see he's contorted with rage. What do you do?
Do I still have that syringe on me?
You do.
Could I try to fucking stick him with it?
You going to try and like drop down on him, or are you going to climb down? How are you going to get to him?
How far up am I from him? Am I like 3 or 4 rungs, or like 15 rungs up? Like, what's the...
You are 12 feet above him.
Yikes. Okay.
And below him is electrified water.
So don't miss.
Yeah. And my gun has fallen down.
Yeah, it's lying just a few feet away from his feet right now.
I would like to slide a little bit down the ladder, hand on either side, and let go a little bit, kind of burning up my palms as I'm sliding down this thing.
Yeah.
I want to try to kick him in the head and just see if I can kick him off of here.
Let's make that a close combat roll, which is strength.
Okay. Oh, God damn it. I did roll a 6.
Good to
I've
know.
also rolled 2 1s on my stress dice.
Well, I mean, that's not all bad. You did succeed. Go ahead, roll me your stress. Keep in mind that this whole time, someone's screaming as if they're dying in your ear.
9.
You drop down towards him. You slide along the ladder. You kick as you connect with him. forcing him back away from the ladder. But at this point, he grabs onto your leg and you both drop prone to the ground on the gantry. And you land sort of wrong, and your panic is to freeze. You are frozen by fear or stress for 1 round. You lose your next slow action. So next turn you can only do fast actions. And your stress level goes up by 1.
What happens if my stress gets to the max?
There's a max result on the table.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. Johns is going to jump up. That's a 1 fast action. And he is going to attempt to grab onto you.
Okay.
And he fails. So he's clambering over. You're scooting your body away from him along your back, along this catwalk away from him as he's trying to get a grab on your suit. Your turn.
Am I within like arm's reach of the gun, or?
You are, but you would only be able to pick it up.
Could I try to kick him off the catwalk or whatever into the water again? Or shove him?
That would be a slow action, I think. Oh, shove is a fast action. You could try that. Yep.
Okay. I got a 6, and I also got a 1.
On your stress?
On a stress, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. You boot him in the stomach, and he reels back and topples over the edge and falls.
Yes!
Roll your panic.
12.
You scream your lungs out for 1 round, losing your next slow action. Your stress levels goes down by 1.
Oh.
But every friendly character who hears your scream would make an immediate panic roll. Are you broadcasting right now?
Would I have even been able to? I thought it's just the comms, like...
The comms are back up.
Oh, they are back
just
up.
turned back on.
But would I have known that?
Could we tell the difference from all the screaming that's already happening?
Maybe it's a different octave. I'm just asking Alex if he's broadcasting.
I don't think I would have known that comms were on.
You would
to
have
then
you
broadcast.
would have heard your comm broadcast, the comm broadcasting
Yeah,
to
you're
you.
hearing
You're
all that
hearing
screaming.
someone else screaming. That caused you some stress.
Right.
just a
Okay.
few seconds
Well,
ago.
then, yeah, I probably am.
Okay. I want Miller and Davis to also make a panic roll as they hear another scream join the chorus.
Miller got 5 + 3, so 8.
You have a tremble. You start to tremble uncontrollably. All skill rolls using agility suffer -2 until your panic stops, which would be when you get like a long rest or get some nap relief or something like that.
Right. When that's going to happen.
Davis,
I got 5 + 4.
drop item. What do you got on you that's worth dropping?
I already went through that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Did you freeze? Okay, you're bumping up. So from freezing, your next level up is seek cover. Your next action must be to move away from danger or find a safe spot if possible.
Okay.
Your stress level upon finding safety will decrease by 1.
Okay. I think that Davis is like, the ship is where all the danger is. Like, that's where the aliens are. They can't get us out here. We'll just hold up in the comms array, and kind of combining being frozen and seeking cover as her just clinging to the comms array, and we're safe here. Let's just not move from here. Not thinking about how her air supply is going to slowly dwindle.
Yeah, make one of those.
Just had to mention that.
Yeah.
No ones.
All right, good. After a moment, the screaming over the comms stops as the female voice comes to a strangled, and the male voice catches its breath. Wilson, you are lying on the ground in the air scrubbers there. You've just shoved a body of the XO, of the Cronus, who attacked you for no good reason. You just killed a man. Is this the first time you've taken a life?
It depends who's asking.
Yeah, not a lawyer. You're just the GM.
Just the GM? No. But, it's not a big number. We're single digits here. It's not a big number, and never premeditated. So
if you have it only on one hand count, it doesn't count as ever doing it.
It's all self-defense.
it was all self-defense, depending on how you define self-defense. Yes.
So the three of you have communications now. You have all at this point completed your repair tasks. The reactor still needs attention. And someone it sounds like someone other than John's has just had some sort of crazy event happen with the screaming. What do you do? What's happening with you guys? What are you talking about?
I think Miller's going to want everybody back on the ship in the control room, basically, so we can find out who's still alive or what's going on. This seems to be the safest place in her mind anyway.
Oh, thank God you're still alive, Captain. We're out on the comms array. We're safe out here, though, so I think this is a good spot for us.
Good job. Good job of getting that together, guys. But I'm going to need you back in the ship. But just, you know, specifically, you know, in the safety of the control room. Just because you're going to run out of air out there, girl. Got to tell you, it's not worth it.
That's true, I guess, but I'm practicing slow breathing. I think I can hold out here for quite a while.
Rye is like standing right beside you.
The captain's right, Davis. Look at your CO2 monitor. You don't have them much longer. The GM's already been really generous with the air because we've been out here for like hours. We have to get back in there. It's our only chance.
Oh, God. Okay.
She literally said God.
You're going to have to drag me back, right?
What about Wilson? Is he chiming in at all?
No. Wilson's staying off comms.
After the screaming, thanks.
Yeah. Because he needs to figure out what his story is going to be about John's. You know, you asked if he'd killed before. I mean, technically, yes, but he's not an expert at this. He doesn't have an excuse ready to go for why he killed him other than he looked scary.
I mean, I feel like that's a good excuse on this ship.
No, Wilson's just he's going to stay off comms. He's going to take a look around to see if there's anything else suspicious in this room and then hurry to clean up and try to get back. And just pretend he didn't hear anything over comms, pretend nothing bad happened. He's going to figure out what his story is on the walk back.
Okay. Davis, you're headed back in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, not willingly. Rye is like dragging her.
Rye is like dragging you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to make any rolls on the way back. Rye manages to get you back to the ventral airlock, and you enter back in through deck C. And Wilson manages to shakily climb back out of the air scrubbers. The sound of the fans ventilation throughout the ship is running a little smoother now. And Miller, the air is a little bit clearer, less ozony. You are walking back through the halls, all of you, towards the command center when you hear 3 gunshots echoing through the halls.
Do I recognize the sound of the gun? Because I had a gun that I lost.
Do you have ranged combat as a skill?
Yes.
Roll it for me without your stress.
Do I add my...
Add your wits.
And I got no successes and 2 1s.
The echoes are such that you're not able to identify the make model of the gun.
She does instantly think of her gun, though, and think, oh, shit, that could be my gun.
Speaking of guns, did Wilson pick up his bolt gun?
Oh, definitely.
Just want to be fair, because we did say it did not fall yet.
Without a doubt.
All right, so you all managed to reconvene in the command center. The 3 of you, plus Rye. What do you talk about?
Well, I guess the first thing Captain Miller's going to ask is, where are the Chrono crew that I sent you guys out with? What happened to them?
They're gone. They lost their, guess it's not footing in space. Handing? They floated out into space. That's what happened to the one anyway. What happened to the other one, Rye?
We only had Dr. Flynn with us. I think we're talking about John's now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I don't know. I'm under a lot of stress, Captain.
That's fair, man. I think we're actually in a great position. So you know, I understand it's stressful, things going on this ship. It's question marks all around, but we're getting things started. We can breathe the air. I got the console working. Wilson is not answering my questions, which is always a bad sign, but, you know, not a normal. So that's good, I guess, in its own way.
That is good. Okay. I think Davis is a little bit calmed down from that and is going to take off her helmet, breathe the air, and take one of her drugs that she has acquired.
Popping a nap relief. Now, this is the same shift, which means that your nap relief is going to start affecting your motor skills.
Does anybody else want any pills? I got some nap relief, never sleep, hydration.
Oh, I would love some of the first one there, I think.
Nap relief?
Yeah, nap relief.
Where did you get all of these from again?
The ship.
Well, I checked the labs.
Right.
There was that time that Davis just took a walk on her own.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I was getting pretty stressed, so I just needed to find something to de-stress, you know?
Gotcha.
So if I take a nap relief, that would get rid of my tremble.
All right, I'll give you one, but I can't spare any more.
That's fine.
So a dose of nap relief will take you down to 0 in your stress. Davis, if you're taking a second one, you're going to have -1 to all agility-based rolls until the end of the shift.
Okay.
You took one already. This is your second. I think you had 6,
Yep.
so you have 2 left.
Yeah, that's right.
And then gave one to me as well.
And Rye's like, what about me?
Oh, you need one too?
I just saw a guy float off into space.
You seem so calm and cool and collected about
I'm
it.
at like
but
8 stress here. Look at my hands. They're shaking. I froze
I
out
don't
there.
believe you. The GM never made you ever roll any of those stress.
I've been rolling behind the screen. Come on, Davis, don't hold out on me.
All right, fine, Rye. I'll give you one, but I seriously can't spare anymore. I need these, you guys.
All right, so
Does that drop down our stress too?
when you take a nap relief, you go to 0.
Oh, nice.
It's just if you take more than 1, it's bad.
Right.
All right, so we've gone over some of what has happened to you over the last couple of hours when you hear footsteps in the hall outside. They're slow, 1 foot sort of dragging sort of sound. Clunk, shh, clunk, shh. And you see a bloody human hand grab the side of the door frame, and Clayton comes through the door. She's got blood covering half of her face. She's got a pistol in her right hand. She steps into the room, looks at the 4 of you, and says, Reed's gone.
Does Davis recognize the pistol?
You do recognize the pistol. We were talking to Mother, and we got attacked by one of those creatures. It was bigger. Bigger than it was.
Somebody you knew?
No, it was the little thing that burst out of Cooper.
Oh my.
It got bigger.
It got bigger fast.
Yeah.
And did you take care of it?
It got away. I shot at it a couple of times, but it got away. But I think it's towards the aft of the ship. It went through the hull to the aft. I think we can lock it down. We can capture it, and we can isolate it, close off the vents in that section of the ship, and we can keep it under control and containment, and we can get this thing studied, and we can figure out how we're going to deal with this going forward. Did you guys get everything else taken care of?
We did.
Wilson just nods.
Miller's so quiet right now. Hands together to her lips. Are you crazy? Study this thing? Study? Have you seen what's been happening here? We need to dump that thing out into space.
No, Captain, you have to understand, humans have only had limited contact with extraterrestrial life. This creature is one of many. And if we don't understand its physiology and its capabilities, we will succumb to more of them. We need to be able to study it. We need to develop weaponry for it. This is expressly in the Weyland-Yutani corporate guidebook for encountering extraterrestrial life.
Clayton's right. Clayton's right. We have to capture this thing.
Wilson, you shut your mouth right now. I think at this point, fuck Weyland-Yutani. We need to evacuate this specimen. You have more than enough dead bodies to study. Let us not become one of them.
Davis is nodding her head emphatically. And it's like, yeah, 100% with you, Captain. We got to dump this thing.
I disagree. We have the potential to have a living subject that can be experimented and studied on. If you need incentive, I'm prepared to double your compensation.
I'm kind of more worried about getting back alive at this point than compensation, because all that money is not going to do me much good if we can't get out of here. So what's your plan to escape?
I'll triple your compensation.
I don't know if compensation's worth it when you're bleeding out right now.
It's not my blood.
I thought her leg was messed up.
She's limping.
Okay,
Yeah.
But she doesn't. That's not her blood.
That's Reed's blood.
You know what, Captain? And I wink at Miller. I think maybe we should go along with their plan. It does sound like a pretty solid plan.
I'm going to hold you to that triple.
At this point, I'm going to send you your agendas for Act 3. I would like each of you to consider your agenda for Act 2 and determine for yourselves if you feel you successfully achieved the goal set out for you. If you have, you've earned a story point.
I think I absolutely nailed the Act 2 agenda for Davis.
You did.
I didn't at all, I don't think.
That stuff in my pocket fulfill my
No.
Act 2. No? Oh, that's the whole reason I grabbed it.
I know, but it's not sufficient.
Well, how about that?
In addition to your agenda for Act 3, you know that the reactor is still down, and you will need to do something about that.
Where's that on the ship here?
The whole opposite end of the ship.
You can see the core on Deck B because it's a 2-level room. So you have to get to Deck C to the very aft of the ship.
Okay. Let's say we go with your guys' plan. We need to get the reactor online. In order to be able to power the ship, in order to be able to trap that monster, we got to get the ship going.
I agree.
Yep.
Do you think you could maybe help us with that? Maybe got some idea how that works since it's your ship?
Well,
Yeah, we seem to not have anybody who's very good at computers except for one left.
yeah, you know that you will need and to make heavy machinery rolls.
Well, I don't have that specifically.
Well, I think that's Rye's expertise. And I think maybe Rye, myself, and Clayton should go down and fix the reactor.
That sounds good to me.
Wilson nods to agree.
I have a binder of access reset codes in my suite. I can go pick those up. Maybe Wilson and I go pick those up and meet you there. The more hands, the better.
Perfect. We'll go with you just for safety.
Okay.
All right. So you begin to walk down towards the corporate suite. As I'm sure eyes shift left to right, suspicion settles in amongst the crew. Captain Miller wonders who amongst her staff she can trust. Wilson wonders what the heck he has to do to get a story point around here. And Davis senses her drug supply is quickly dwindling. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for listening to Chariot of the Bobs. If you'd like to support the show, there are a few key ways to do that. Give us a rating on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcast app of choice. Find and follow us on social media at The House of Bob. Join our Discord and say hi. And you can also support us on Patreon. Supporters at the $5 tier get access to behind-the-scenes discussions and special one-shots. Supporters at $10 per month get our monthly RPG design blog. This year, 2023, we're writing a full mega dungeon themed around the tarot, a whole new, specially themed level every month that you can use for your home games. Artwork for this series is by Shaun Makes. Audio production and sound design is by Astronomic Audio. Music for this series is by Duke Albert. Roll on.
God, that was so stressful. I got an IRL stress point.
Last time on House of Bob's actual play of Alien RPG. I came up with a name.
Oh?
Last time on House of Bob presents Chariot of the Bobs.
Pew.
I think I'm going to die. Well, panic is what? Just the number of stress dice I have?
Yep.
Okay. I did get a 6.
And then add your stress.
So 9?
Okay. So that puts you at 9 is drop item. Whether by stress.
Oh, hang on. I rolled for my panic. I just rolled all of my stress dice and just told you how many. Like, Wait a second.
So for your panic, you roll 1d6.
I roll 1d6
and
not
then add
3d6
No,
and
and
tell
then add
you
your stress number.
my highest roll. Okay. Is it okay if I re-roll that, or do you want to take my highest roll knowing it was a 6?
No, we'll do it by the rules.
Okay. All right. Just in case you really wanted to kick my ass tonight.
It still might
It's
happen.
still a 6 no matter what, so that's a 9.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's go back to the action here. Because we got...
You don't want me to role play being frozen?
You could, yeah. Show me what you got.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Oh my God.
Shit. And is that close combat again?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is not great. How many fucking stress dice is this? Okay, so that's 7 stress dice.
Oh my God.
Nice.
3, 4. This is bad. This is really bad.
Don't worry, they all are dead now.
Yeah.
So
Just one left.
That's the thing is they don't last long.
no,
Most of them.
I didn't even try to remember their names.
Well, most of them are going to die, so it doesn't matter.
Just fucking
Whereas
forget
if you
about 'em.
introduced like one really lovable character or something,
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
they get killed, that might have some impact.
Just
And
none
like,
of them are very
no.
lovable.
No, none of them are super lovable. Not like us.
No, we're adorable.
We're a bunch of lovable scamps.
Yeah.
Particularly Wilson.
Yeah.
He's got such
He's a
a
rascal.
big head on his little chibi
He's a
body.
rascal.